What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Daily Stack Report. Hope you're having a great Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. We've made it through the year, another dollar. Now, right now, if we look at this, silver is currently sitting at 70.54, gold is currently at 4,300, and platinum is currently around 2,000. Now, if we look at these past couple days, we're going to see nothing but downfall. All right, we're going to see a lot of negativity, right? And people are going to say, oh, it's over. Oh, like you had your nice run. Time to come home. Time to bring the chickens back to roost. But it's not over. If we look everything back year to date, look at this, guys. We started around $29, $28, $30. This time last year, we were at $29.50. We're ending the year at $70. That is absolutely insane. That's over 100% gain for the year. Same thing with gold. Same thing with platinum. Everything's up. But why are things dipping today? Why did we have such a great day yesterday, and then now we're heading right back down? Well, here's one reason. Volatility. The CME went ahead and raised their margin hikes again. So you're going to have to be paying more for the same contracts that you did yesterday. And this is the second time in about 3 days that they've done that. Now, some positive news and negative, the way you look at it. China is starting their export controls starting January 1st. New export licensing on refined silver begins January 1st, potentially tightening the supply and keeping volatility elevated. Now, big picture, again, silver has had a phenomenal 2025, and we're hoping to keep it the same way going into 2026, going even higher because, again, industrial demand is rising. The more AI we have, the more technology, the more these batteries come out. It all includes silver, everything. Solar panels, everything includes silver. And so with that, it's just a simple supply and demand. We're going to keep needing more. And we've been in a silver deficit the past 5 years. And so keep your head up high, buy this dip, because you never know. It could keep going down. Like I said in my previous videos, I do think that we are going to be testing this $60 range right here. I think it will go down a little bit more. We have a very bearish outlook on it at the moment, but I look at more of the 5-minute. We can see this head and shoulders is kind of finishing out. Again, I would kind of like to see it go back to 65 to really kind of test those limits right there. And then it's going to come back up. We see that nice big W forming. So keep your head up high with that. On gold, on the other hand, gold is going to be a little bit more stable, even though it has had a very big year when it comes to these jumps. Let's go to this gold chart right here. Let's go to year to date on gold. Gold started around 2,600, 25 to start the year, and we're going to be ending it around 4,300. It's almost $2,000 that gold has accumulated this year in wealth. And statistically, gold has held its value a lot more than any other precious metal. The gold to silver ratio is shrinking. Some people say they like that 60 to 50 to 1 range. Personally, I think we're going to get down to around 40. I think 40 is going to be a nice range just because of the industrial demand that silver has versus gold. Now, gold, everybody loves it. It's shiny. But silver is in everything that we use. It's in the cell phone you're watching this with. It's in the computer you're watching this with. It's in your electric cars. It's in solar panels. It's in everything. So keep your head up high on that. Again, if you're wanting more of that stable type of investment when it comes to precious metals, gold definitely probably is a lot more stable for you and will serve that purpose a lot more. But if you're wanting something that is going to be maybe a little bit more riskier, but you'll see more gains in the long term, potentially. All right, everything could go down. But if you want something that's more risky, but you could see a higher return of value, silver is definitely the way to go. Silver is definitely the way. And then platinum. Platinum posted triple-digit gains going into 2025. Now, me personally, I've never really been a huge fan of platinum. I know it's in a lot of automobiles, a lot of catalytic converters, a lot of diesel type things. But again, as we continue to advance with AI and electric cars, I believe that demand is just going to go down a little bit. And so platinum is very readily available compared to some of the other metals. And so be careful. Be careful when it comes to platinum. I know when we go look at this chart right here, let's pull it up. Platinum year to date. I know when we look at this chart and like, wow, it started below $1,000. It started below 1,000 last year, and we're all the way up to 2,000 this year, with a high sitting around 25.20 on the year. I know people see that and they're like, wow, if gold and silver are going up, then platinum has to go up. And it's not always like that. It's not always the case. So just be careful when it comes to platinum. It is very volatile, and you can get burned pretty quickly. So that's going to be my my end of the year, just kind of feeling out the market, zooming out a little bit instead of zooming in to where we are these past couple days. I know a lot of hype gets built around these things, and people like to see those sharp increases. They like to see, charts just go straight up and never come down, but that's not reality. I think what we're witnessing right now is this is the hype phase right here. Let's go back to silver. We hit that hype phase right here at the, really Thanksgiving time. Since Thanksgiving, things just kind of seem to start going up right here, and we never really stabilized anywhere. And so I feel like we're kind of getting back down to that hype. The hype is still there. Don't get me wrong. And the industrial demand is still there. But I do feel like that hype is kind of dying down a little bit. And so we're going to really start to get more into that $60, $65 range, and then continue where we were as far as steadily building up. We want to ladder up. We don't want to just shoot straight up. So take this as an opportunity to go buy more silver, because if we're in a deficit and we're only needing more silver to continue all of this technology, AI build-outs, electric cars, solar panels, everything they're wanting to do, then at some point within these next 5 years, we're going to be at a huge silver deficit. China, starting tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this right now, China is stopping exports. And it is very likely that Trump will follow that, because he does not like whenever people try to do something to harm our country. And he's going to retaliate. And he's proven that over and over, that that's the type of president he is. And whether you like it or not, that's who we got. And personally, I do like it. I don't like when people mess with America. And so we're going to show them. But again, simple supply and demand, baby. That's all we need right there. Don't get too involved in the hype and, oh, well, I heard this news article and that news article. Simply put, we need it. And we don't have a lot of it. We don't have unlimited silver. And it's not something that you can just recycle and go get more silver out of, these electric cars. They basically put them into itty bitty pieces into it. So the energy that's going to cost to take the silver out of it is going to cost more than the silver is actually worth. So we're going to run into, do we pay more for what than it's actually worth to get it out? That's going to be a question for the future, not today. I hope everybody has had a phenomenal 2025. And if you invested in precious metals, you did have a phenomenal 2025. So here's a cheers to a happy 2026. Keep investing, keep your head up high, and keep stacking. Make sure to subscribe and comment to the Daily Stack Report. We're going to be trying to do these videos every day. We're going to get better, guys. We're going to get better. So follow the journey and let me know if there's any topics or anything you would want me to cover. Thank you, and Happy New Year's.